Greetings everybody and welcome to a new episode of Nostalgia Time. I am your host CosplayDude637 and today's episode of Nostalgia Time is really near and dear to my heart. It is what I'm calling Defenders of the Galaxy. It is a Voltron fanfiction. Now Voltron was a huge part of my childhood. A major part of my childhood. And I've always wanted to write a fanfiction of Voltron and just have fun with it, throw out my ideas and see what comes from it. I thankfully got a cast of good friends to voice characters for me, so I hope you guys like this story. And here it is. Defenders of the Galaxy.
From days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend. The legend of Voltron, Defender of the Universe. A mighty robot, loved by good, feared by evil. As Voltron's legend grew, peace settled across the galaxy. On planet Earth, a galaxy alliance was formed. Together with the good planets of the solar system, they maintained peace throughout the universe. Until a new, horrible menace threatened the galaxy. Voltron was needed once more. This is the story of the super force of space explorers. Specially trained and sent by the Alliance to bring back Voltron, Defender of the Universe.
Voltron, Defenders of the Universe.
Chapter 1. The Return of Voltron.
Keith sat in his office, staring blankly at his computer screen. It had been years since he had piloted the Black Lion, and he missed it. He missed the thrill of battle, the rush of adrenaline, and the feeling of being part of something bigger than himself. He had retired from the Voltron force, believing that his days of fighting evil were over. But deep down, he knew that he missed it. Suddenly, his computer beeped, alerting him to an incoming message. He opened it, and his heart skipped a beat when he saw the sender, Allura.
Keith, we need you! Please come to the castle immediately!
Keith didn't hesitate. He grabbed his jacket and ran out the door, heading to the Castle of Lions. When he arrived, he was greeted by Lance, Sven, Pidge, and Hunk. They all looked older, but still as determined as ever.
Allura is waiting for us,
Lance said, leading the way. Keith's heart raced as he followed his old teammates through the castle. He wondered what could be so urgent that they needed the Voltron force back. When they arrived in the control room, Allura was waiting for them. She looked more regal than ever, her long hair cascading down her back.
Welcome back, Keith,
she said.
I'm sorry to call you back like this, but we need your help. The galaxy is in danger once again.
That's okay, Princess.
Keith didn't need any convincing. He knew that he had to help.
Why am I here, Princess?
Sven asked.
We need you to run the base. Karan is on a diplomatic mission, so I thought you could help us.
Allura led them to the hangar, where the 5 robot lions were waiting for them. Keith climbed into the Black Lion, feeling a surge of excitement as he strapped himself in.
Hello, old friend. It's been way too long.
It felt like coming home.
Ready to launch?
Sven asked over the intercom. The team all responded affirmatively, and the lions took off, flying out into space.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Do you ever wonder what would happen if
you give a dad a podcast?
Ladies and gentlemen,
just settle this debate right here, right now. It's not even just the greatest PlayStation game. It's the greatest game ever.
Not to toot my own horn, but
exactly.
Yeah, I remember he kicked me so hard I thought I owed him money.
I love it. I'm excited for this one.
He goes, "What is your name?" And I was like, "It's Thrash."
I'm getting punched in the face on the daily.
Man, this guy won't shut up.
I wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah, I got knocked out cold in that match. It was awesome. So awesome.
We make dogs sing.
Do you always do these interviews with your shirt off?
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
So now we've been filming for the last 6 months.
I panicked.
Followed by.
Bro.
If You Give a Dad a Podcast, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Now, back to our program.
As they flew, Pidge explained the situation. A new threat has emerged in the galaxy. Prince Loader has conquered countless planets and enslaved their inhabitants. He was heading towards Earth, and the Voltron force was the only hope to stop him. Keith felt a sense of purpose once again. He knew that he had to use his skills to help save the universe from this threat. As they approached Earth, he felt a sense of excitement and dread. He didn't know what was in store for them, but he was ready for whatever came their way. As they landed on Earth, the team split up to gather information about Prince Loader whereabouts. Keith, Lance, and Pidge went to a nearby city to talk to the locals, while Hunk and Sven scouted the surrounding areas for any signs of Prince Loader forces. As they walked through the city, Keith couldn't help but feel a sense of nostalgia. He had grown up on Earth and had always felt a special connection to it. But now, it was in danger, and he knew that he had to do everything in his power to protect it. They spoke to several locals, who all had similar stories of Prince Loader cruelty and power. They learned that Prince Loader had a massive army and was using advanced technology to control his forces. They also learned that Prince Loader was planning to attack the city in a matter of days. Keith knew that they didn't have much time. They regrouped with Hunk and Sven and shared what they had learned. They quickly came up with a plan to take down Prince Loader and his army. The plan was risky, but they knew it was their only chance. They would use the lions to distract Prince Loader and his army while a small team sneaks into his base and takes it out. The team worked tirelessly, preparing for the battle that was to come. Keith felt alive again, the rush of battle filling him with energy and purpose. He knew that this was what he was meant to do.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey listener, this is a not paid for product placement for the Zero to Hero podcast.
What do you mean
If you
not
definitely
paid?
like what you're listening to now, come on over to the Zero to
fuck am I
Hero
keeping my
podcast.
Lights on. Just
Anywhere you want to be able to find your podcast
the
at,
trash bills
like
due
Apple
next week.
Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts,
How the
and
hell
Google
am I gonna keep
Podcasts,
my
which
God
still a little
poison
weird.
for the next 2 weeks? All
Come
the
on over
pre-orders are
and
starting to
enjoy
fucking
yourself
drop.
and listen to Billy and myself bicker, argue, and,
Speak of
well,
the
fight
dog,
about a lot of
no
things,
goddamn
as
dog
we are
food
the
for
bulk
the
and
next
school
2
of
weeks.
podcasting.
How the hell am I
Good
going
luck
to get
out there,
money
and
for
welcome back to the show.
Now, back to our program.
Finally, the day arrived. The Voltron force flew their lions into battle, engaging Prince Loader army and drawing their attention away from the base. Sven and a group of soldiers snuck into the base, fighting their way through Prince Loader guards. The team was up against their toughest foe yet, Prince Loader fearsome robotic battleship, the Destroyertron.
You dare challenge me?
Loader sneered.
Yeah, we do.
Keith replied, his voice steady.
Yeah, time to form the big guy.
Lance exclaimed.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlock. Dinotherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go.
Keith commanded.
Let's go, Voltron force.
They all shouted.
Form feet and legs.
Keith ordered, and the yellow and blue lions transformed into powerful legs, connecting to the mighty black lion.
Form arms and body.
He yelled, and the green and red lions shifted into arms, attaching to the black lion.
And all form the head.
Keith declared, as the black lion's mouth opened, revealing the face of Voltron. With a mighty roar, Voltron charged towards the Destroyertron. The sun shone bright and hot on the battlefield as the Voltron force faced off against their enemy. The Destroyertron, his massive robotic battleship, loomed over them, its metal plating glinting in the light. The air was charged with tension as the two sides prepared for battle.
You will never defeat me, Voltron.
Loader shouted, his voice echoing across the field.
We'll see about that.
Keith replied, his expression steely. With a battle cry, the team leapt into action. Voltron charged forward, the team worked together, their movements coordinated as they landed blow after blow on the monstrous machine. The Destroyertron fought back with all its might, unleashing a barrage of lasers and missiles. The team dodged and weaved, narrowly avoiding the deadly attacks.
Form Blazing Sword!
Keith shouted, and the red and green lions formed the mighty weapon. Voltron swung the sword with all its might, slicing through the Destroyertron's armor. But Prince Loader was not defeated yet. The Destroyertron transformed into a towering mechanical warrior, its weapons even deadlier than before. Voltron fought back with all their strength, landing blow after blow on the monstrous machine. Sparks flew as the two giants clashed, each determined to emerge victorious. The ground shook with the force of their blows, and the air was filled with the sound of metal on metal. But in the end, Voltron emerged victorious. With a final strike, it sent the Destroyertron crashing to the ground, defeated. The team cheered, their fists raised triumphantly in the air.
We did it!
Pidge shouted.
We have saved the day once again!
The cast of Defenders of the Galaxy was voiced by myself as Keith, Cosplay Dude 637. Lance was voiced by Ty Tiger of Tiger Tales and Tiger Tales The Lost Stories on YouTube. Pidge was voiced by Jordan Storm. Hunk was voiced by the Red Cornish Ranger of Nerds Through Comics. Allura was voiced by my wife, Cosplay Wife 637. And Sven was voiced by my son, Cosplay Son 637. And our villain, Lotor, was voiced by Jared from If You Give a Dad a Podcast. This podcast is a production of the Three Ranger Bros Studios, in association with Zio to Hero, the podcast. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed that story. Just a reminder that all my fanfictions are just that, fanfictions, and do not mean to infringe on any copyright from the mainstream continuity that it's from. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank my supporters from the Zio to Hero Network. Jim and Billy, the bulk and skull of podcasting, over on the main podcast, Zio to Hero. Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, on Nerds Through Comics. My Parabatai and dear friend Ty Tiger of Tiger Tales on YouTube. Jacob, aka the Iron Avenger 52 on TikTok and YouTube. Clayton with Neon Lights on YouTube. Ben, the Baker Ranger. Sam, aka XX Rebel Ranger XX. TN_Ranger. And our good friend, Tony. I would also like to thank a few friends of the Z2H Network. Casey from Mighty Morphin Conspiracy Theories. Justin, aka A-Crown. Johnson of Western Strike. Rob, aka Lightning Collector 2021. James, better known as Beauty_Baba Yaga. Justin, the Green Spartan Ranger. JP, the creator of Power Rangers Digital Beast, and Michael and Nathan of the Power Trip. Everyone I just named has been a huge supporter to me and my podcast, and if you can, go give them a follow. It would mean the world to me. Thanks a lot. Until next time, guys. Later days.